To use your gamepad or controller with TAXINAUT, I recommend you plug it in before starting TAXINAUT. You can then check in your Steam library. Let me see here. Steam. Here I'm on the library page for TAXINAUT. Here, this button in the current version of Steam, you can click this and create a layout, or if you have an Xbox or a Steam controller, I've already a standard layout provided that you can use. It should be automatically selected if your Xbox or Steam controller is plugged in. You can change it here through edit layout or create your own one. If you want to know what keyboard keys or mouse movements, etc. to map your controller movements and button presses to, you can go into TAXINAUT and then help, which will open the manual. Scroll down here to setup and troubleshooting, and then using controllers or the keyboard. This explains it all. Especially this bit here shows which keyboard keys are mapped to what actions, so you'll know what keyboard keys to map your controller buttons to, etc. So once you have that set up, you probably still have to, here in settings, turn on controller and keyboard support by clicking on here. It's probably off. It asks you the first time you start TAXINAUT whether you want to turn that on or off. So depending on what you did back then, this is on or off, but check that it's on if you want to use the controller system. So how does it work? There is what's called a focus system, which determines what button or widget is going to be activated or pressed, clicked. Whenever you press the action button here on the Xbox controller I'm using, that's A. So currently, you move the mouse around, it turns off the focus system. So you can just click anything normally, like it would normally work, you know, without a controller. And if you want to turn it on, you press the focus button. So on the Xbox controller, that's X. And you can see now that a panel in the middle there where we landed, that kind of popped, and adios, the adios button there at the bottom of it is now bright. That means that has focus, and that will be the thing that's clicked when I press the action button. So if I press the action button now, you know, we take off. Now the screen is divided into different focus groups. In this case, there's the panel where we landed here. It's just a group of buttons. There's the item panel, which is a focus group. The map information here, and the birdie storyline panel, and this bulletin list of bulletins. There's only one there at the moment, but so you can traverse two different focus groups by just repeatedly pressing the focus button. So I'm now on the pop-up of where we landed there. See, adios is bright. If I press X, I go to the item panel. That now has focus. As you can see, there's like a little hover coming off the first item there. If I press again, I go to the birdie storyline panel, the bulletin list, and there the map information last. Within any focus group, you can then traverse through the different buttons and widgets in there by pressing left and right in the directional pad. So I'm pressing right now and moving through all the buttons in that focus group, or left. Some buttons you won't be able to reach that way. For example, this little bookmark thing there, you'll have to use the mouse or your thumbstick, whatever, to click that. If you ever lose focus, just press X and something should pop and indicate where the focus is. Lists and stuff, like here on the item panel, you can also use up down to move to different items, or like on the map information there, I can use up down. Some things have some kind of extra help, like the galaxy map. If I go into the galaxy map there, you see there at the top it's flashing pi tray, and then there's a gray plus minus thing there. That means if I press up and down, I zoom in and out the galaxy map. If I now hold the A button, it turns into a directional directional little icon there, and I can use left, right, up, down to pan the galaxy map. At any point you can use the back button, B on the Xbox controller, to back out of panels and pop-ups and stuff. So if I press B now, it will close the galaxy map. If I press B again, I take off. When you're flying, of course, left, right is just turning. Up, down is accelerating, deaccelerating. In steps, you don't have to hold up, down. I'm not holding it now. Like if I'm standing still, I click up once, I go speed 1, click again, speed 2, and so on. And same pressing backwards. You can also use, well, on Xbox it's mapped to the right trigger. If you hold that, you'll be flying at speed 1, and as soon as you release the trigger, your cab will stop. It's very handy. You can still change speed by using up and down while holding the right trigger. As soon as you release the right trigger, your cab will stop. You can also use it to move little nudges like this by just clicking the trigger like this. Very handy in busy places. When you press A, the game immediately pauses, and you can then use X to move to the item panel, for example, or to other focus groups. You can just use B to resume. If you press the focus button while you're flying, it will just pause as well, but it will start you on the item panel there. Kind of handy when you want to click an item. And then you can use, of course, focus to move to other focus groups again. When your cab has focus there, it's blinking. When you press A, it will resume. That's really all there is about gamepads and controllers.